Okay, welcome back. We have more comments from the YouTube comment section. This one comes from Sean GDP. This person said, "Dude is definitely the smartest person he knows. I'm FAMO. IMFAO. IMFAO. Well, I don't know what that means. I thought it was laughing my ass off. Laughing my effing ass off, maybe. Okay, so you're laughing a lot. That's what that means. Dude is definitely the smartest person he knows. Well, look, I don't really remember what video you're commenting on or what this exactly means, but the question of who is the smartest person you know is very interesting. Now, probably I'll have some candidates as to who is the smartest person I know. Probably Ken Wilber. Like, if you've read any of his books and you know the stuff he talks about, that guy is seriously galaxy brain. Talking about scope of perspective and density of expression. Read a book like Sex, Ecology, Spirituality, The Spirit of Evolution. It is an incredible read. It's his magnus opus. And really, you have to be to a certain degree of intelligence to even get through it, right? If you're not really up there with that, then you know there is a kind of an elitism to it. But really, like, Ken Wilber remains unsurpassed. And another one is Arthur Lovejoy. So he's got his book, The Great Chain of Being, and that is very dense philosophy. That's the sort of stuff where you open up the book and you read 2 lines and then you think about it for a month. And then after that, you might get it, yeah? And then you read it for another 2 months. His book, The Great Chain of Being, very deep stuff, very heavy stuff, and very difficult to read because it's so dense, so heavy, so far-reaching. So I don't think I've actually ever talked about the smartest people I know. It is an interesting conversation. And we could really make the distinction between someone who is intellectually smart or intellectually intelligent, which I would put Lovejoy and Wilbur in, and someone who's smart in the intelligence sense of their existential beauty, love, realization of awareness. Now, Osho could be like that. He could sort of hit both because he had the intellectual thing and the existential realization thing. But I know people who are extraordinarily brilliant, out of this world, like astronomically intelligent, who don't have that intellectual thing. Yeah, they're intelligent off the charts in a different way. They don't read books, they don't talk about books, they don't describe high philosophies, they don't make comparisons between rationalistic paradigms and pluralistic paradigms and belief structures and emotional structures. You know, they don't do any of that. There's something else, and yet they are very intelligent, highly intelligent. Now, what exactly that is a very interesting discussion, because we have to ask this question: what is intelligence? What is personal realization? What does it mean to be a fully realized being with all your awareness and potentiality? It's a very big question. Now, I think probably you've left this comment as a heckle, which I assume a lot of my comments are, but, you know, to respond to that, who is the smartest person you know? It's a very interesting question. And how would you know? How would you recognize someone who's so intelligent? Because you realize who you see as intelligence is as much a testament to your ability to see and recognize intelligence. So it's really in you. It really is you that is the most intelligent. But, you know, that's a bit of a rabbit hole. We could sort of talk about this for a lot. Okay, next questions comes from... Oh, okay, so this was when I was talking about the gay comments. A lot of people replied saying that I took it as an insult. Well, let me just read the comments and then you'll understand. So there's 3 here. One from Fiddle Sheep, who said, "You take a compliment to be an insult? Talk about inconfidence." And Yumzft commented, "I think you're really handsome. Surely all the women you've slept with complimented your appearance at one time or another." IDK, just another gay comment. Eager. Okay. Ivan Suckles commented again, Where strangers who will never meet didn't realize complimenting you was bad? Good luck with everything. I'll stop viewing your videos to ease your straight ego. Lol. Okay. Okay. Alright. Well, here's the thing, guys. When someone leaves a nice comment on the internet, it's like so more often a heckle or a sarcasm, because the internet is full of mean people, right? More often, most comments are mean comments, right? Even in this, you're saying, oh, it's all about your straight ego, right? That's a bit of a hit, yeah? Talk about inconfidence, you're inconfident, that's a bit negative as well, right? And all the women you've slept with confidently complimented you, surely? Well, I don't know if I've talked about all the women I've slept with. I have been saying that if I reach 100,000 subscribers on YouTube, I will share my complete relationship history. So that's a promise for you, but I think we should be safe for that. But the point is, most of the time comments are negative. So I didn't mean to take it as an insult. If you meant it, then that's very nice. And it's okay to be gay. I'm a little bit gay myself. I'm not really against that, So maybe I do need to straighten my ego, my straight heterosexual ego. Maybe you're right. I don't know. But it was very funny to read and see these answers and sort of see the reactions of... It's like the reaction of the reaction of the reaction at this stage. And now I'm looking forward to the reaction to this, right? Which is great, because it means we're ongoing with this sort of back and forth with, what does it mean and what are we really wanting and what are we trying to really convey to each other? Now, what I'm really trying to convey is that, I know I'm not the most... my hair's a bit fluffy, messed up today, and, I'm not really... You got to look into my face... Face on camera is not really an attractive thing unless you're really attractive. Being on camera is not good unless you're really attractive. I'm talking 10 out of 10. And I know I'm not a 10 out of 10, right? It's far less than that. So it's hard for me to receive compliments. It's hard for me to see that and understand that and feel that. So thank you if you're being sincere. And really, I'm showing up here as who I am, right? My reactions and my feelings and, what I speak into this digital sphere that we're all connected to is I'm trying to be as authentic as I can. And, part of it is performative. There is something in the acting. So there is something in that. But then also, a lot of it is real, I have my daily updates where I'm talking about my life and what's helped me, and that's perfectly sincere. You get a sense of who I am. You get a sense of what I've been involved in. And I would love to share my autobiography with you someday, my full story, the full journey, because I've done that, and I do keep saying that we're going to do the journaling structures. That's another video we're going to work on that you can do and you can actually go through. So, yeah, it's great to have you guys engaging in this, and it's great to have you guys responding even with the funny things about being gay. And, I do assume it's only guys watching along. That's another thing I realize, which is that, maybe it is actually a girl that is commenting on the video. I don't think that's likely. I think that's highly unlikely. I think it's only men, only guys that watch my videos. But, I could be wrong. There's you just don't know with this platform. So please do continue on. You don't have to listen along if I've put you off. That's fair enough. And, I can't really do anything about that. I can only put out what I feel and what I share. So, Ivan Suckles, if you don't want to listen along, that's fair enough. But if you do want to listen along, I'm very grateful to have you. And I'm very happy to respond to your comments and questions and answers. So, please do subscribe. I've just passed, I think, 120 something, 121 subscribers. So it's slow going, but we're getting there. And please do click the like button. That helps with engagement. And please do comment on the videos. Lots more still to come, guys. Let's continue this conversation. I'm loving every second of it. Hoping you're staying safe, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.